Hello, HELLRAISERS, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Tammy here, and today I have a very special announcement. I'm so sorry to be saying this, but after this review, I will no longer be doing any more movie reviews. I'm done. I don't find it interested anymore, and I'm truly sorry. I can't do this anymore because it is completely a waste of my time, and I'm just not enjoying it anymore. So bye. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was a very bad joke. But anyway, I'm back. I took a long break because I needed it. I needed some time to myself to think about if I really want to do this. And I'm still not too sure if I want to do this. A lot of people said, just keep going. You never know. You might inspire a lot of people. You might reach out to a lot of people. Yeah, maybe I am reaching out to a couple of people. But I'm not truly sure if I want to keep going, but as of right now, I'm just gonna just go from here. So you will be getting a whole lot much more uploading. My uploading schedule is completely all over the place. But yeah, so you came here for the title of the video. The movie we will be reviewing is called Run, which is exclusively and only on Hulu. You can buy it on Blu-ray, and trust me, this is definitely worth the watch and it's worth the buy. This movie tells a story about a mother who's willing to protect her daughter no matter what the odds are. She's stopping at nothing to keep her daughter safe. And her daughter finds out that her mother got some secrets, and yet to find out that her mother is a very, very, very crazy woman, and her daughter is fighting back to get away from her very crazy, insane mother. Let's review Run. Alright, so HELLRAISERS, we're back. Sorry about that crazy little opening. I just wanted to scare you a little bit. But anyway, there are two fun facts about this movie. One is when Chloe makes a call to the 411 number, you can clearly hear the person on the other line say Derry, Maine. Derry, Maine is actually in this book, which is Stephen King. It's a location where Stephen King filmed mostly all his movies, and almost every one of Stephen King's films is filmed in Derry, Maine. And fun fact number two, the lady at the pet clinic, actually her name is Kathy Bates, which is a reference to Stephen King's Misery. And we're going to talk more about that later on in the review. Alright, so starting right out the gate with all my pros, I'm just going to highlight all my pros right now because this movie has a lot going for it. And one of the things that I enjoyed about this movie the most is of course my girl Sarah Paulson. My God, I wish she'd take more roles like this because she is so fucking good throughout this entire movie. Right from the get-go, you are so invested with her from start to finish. What she delivered in this role is by far the best you've ever did. Yes, you might have recognized her in American Horror Story. You might have recognized her in a movie called Held Up with Nia Long and Jamie Foxx. But in this movie right here, I can't praise her enough. To me, she is the greatest actress working in Hollywood today. Period. Hands down. No one can touch her. What she delivered to this role is by far the best she's ever done. And I wish she take more roles like this because she is so good in it. Throughout this entire movie, she is so dark. When there is a scene for her to be creepy, she's creepy. When there is a scene for her to be such an innocent, nice lady, she wants to help her daughter. And then shit just get dark. She does a fantastic job right from the get-go. So she is the best pro of this entire movie to me. And then another pro that I like about this movie building tension. This movie builds tension just the way an old school film would do. If you ever watch Psycho 1960, which is my favorite movie by the way, but Psycho 1960, it starts off this slow pace. And the movie progresses. And it gets higher, and it gets higher, and it gets higher. And then right when the movie reaches the height, that's when the movie starts just boom, 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 boom. This movie is so fucking good. I'm telling you. If you haven't seen this movie, watch it on Hulu. This movie is worth the watch. It's worth the watch. I kind of wish this movie was almost like 2 hours long because I love this movie so much. But yeah, this movie is good. I love everything about this movie. But I would say this. There's only one problem that I have with this movie. It's not really a problem. It's just like, it's not a con. It's more of like a mixed element. It's in between. I kind of wish it was its own thing. The mixed element is that this movie tries so hard to be Stephen King misery, which is by far one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations. I kind of wish that this movie was its own thing. Well, like, just be your own thing. But yes, you might notice that there's a whole bunch of Easter eggs throughout this entire movie. There are a lot of winks at Stephen King misery, but the movie is great for trying to highlight what Misery did. To me, this movie felt more like a love letter to Misery movie. But like I said, just cut this movie some fucking slack. It's not 100% Misery, but that's just a little missed element for me. I just kind of find it like a little distracting at times, but I still enjoy this movie, like hands down. This movie has so much going for it. I kind of wish that we get a part 2 to this movie, but that would never happen. But if we does get a part 2 to this movie, I would love to see them pick up right there by that ending. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I would say this. The ending is exactly what you probably would have, how do I put it without spoiling? Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this. The ending is exactly what you expect from a movie like this. When you watching this movie, when you check it out on Hulu, think about what I'm gonna say to you. Watch the movie and understand from start to finish. First thing you wanna do is pay attention to Sarah Paulson, which is the mother of the film. Then pay attention to the daughter in the wheelchair, which is her name is Chloe. Then think about the dynamic between them two, the connection between them two, and think about how this movie would end. Whatever comes to mind is exactly how the film would end. The ending is almost predictable when you think about everything that I just said to you, but at times you can still enjoy this movie. The acting is fucking great. The lighting, oh my god, I love the lighting. This is not a con, this is another mixed element for me, is I kind of wish that this movie would have kind of been set in like the 90s. Because since Misery came out in the 90s, which is 1990, I kind of wish that this movie would have set itself in the 90s. But this movie set itself in modern day, which is 2021. The movie came out in 2020, but watching it for the second time in 2021, I would truly have to say this movie set it gold in 2020 because you can clearly hear an iPhone ringing in the background. Some people probably don't know what an iPhone ringing is, but you can clearly hear a phone ringing in the background. Yes, they do have like regular house phones, because when I first watched the movie, I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck still have a house phone in 2020? So that's why I said I wish the movie would have kind of set itself back in the 90s, because there were still telephones in people's houses. Another missed element that I still enjoy the movie, does not take away, is that how hard this movie tries to be Misery so much. I said it before, I said it again. This movie tries so hard to be Misery when you can truly tell that this is literally like a blower kiss to Stephen King fans and all. But like I said, it does not take away my enjoyment of the film. I still enjoy this film. If you haven't seen this film, please, I highly recommend checking this movie out on Hulu. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Also, HELLRAISERS, now that I'm back, not full time, but I'll definitely be getting more content out for you guys as much as I possibly can. I might be taking a couple of more breaks here and there. Who knows what this guy has planned, but just for my HELLRAISERS, I'll be trying to, I'm gonna try to get more content out for you guys. So don't worry about that. Your boy's not gonna die. I'm not dying. I'm still here. I'm still gonna be uploading content. But as I always say in my previous video, make sure you keep a beautiful smile on your face and stay positive. And I'll see you HELLRAISERS in my next review. Peace.